Here we are, welcome the 8th annual SeaLink Maggie Island Race Week, day one. Now, the season of sailing started back in March on the Gold Coast, culminates here on the gorgeous Magnetic Island. Around 60 boats competing this year, 7 divisions, and haven't we turned the weather on as per usual. Around 15 knots forecast for today. Going to make for some fierce sailing. Not as fierce as when they get back here on the decks and know how to party. As I said, conditions fantastic. Couldn't get any better for racing. It all kicked off last night. We had the skipper's briefing as well as the official welcome. Let's check it out. Locally known as the Barefoot Fisherman. How are you, mate?
Yeah, going good, mate. It's good to be back over here again.
So Aquamarine, I guess people automatically sometimes think fishing only, but you guys have been a big supporter of the SeaLink Maggie Island Race Week and continue to be so.
Yeah, mate, it's great to be involved with it. I mean, it's not just like the shop's not just involved in the fishing side of it. It's a lot of it's chandlery. You know, it's probably 50-50 on each side. So, yeah, I mean, it's good to be able to support something back. You know.
Yeah. And I've got to ask the question: are you a sailor? Yeah, I know you're a mad keen fisherman.
Too hard to back a yacht down on a big fish. Okay.
Here we are catching up with the crew on Femme Fatale and Warren. A little bit of a story behind the name.
Femme Fatale is fatal attraction right here, Juliet. Yeah.
And Jill's a regular member of the crew?
I am now. Yeah?
She's our treasure from Early Beach.
So. Not that you caught her eye as we were walking past it all, but you guys you did well down south in the earlier regatta?
Yeah, we did. We picked up a second overall for cruising Spinnaker division, so yeah, very happy. Yeah.
And when did the whispers start about Maggie Island and how good this place is to come to? When do you start hearing, we can't wait to get to Maggie?
Well, I think this is just a fantastic spot for sailing. Fantastic spot for everything, really. So it's good to see. I think we've got how many boats? 58 or so? 56 boats. So good turnout. More the merrier. More the merrier. So, yeah.
And how does it, on a sailing destination, how does it rate?
Top? I don't know. I've never really sailed before.
All you need to do... So why do you reckon they've got you on the boat? Any reason why you're on the boat?
They say I have really nice eyes.
Catching up with Jason Handler from Dewforth Yachts. Now, one thing we started last year with Jason was Mug of the Day. So any of the stuff-ups, anything that goes wrong, we want you to nominate someone from your crew. Jason and I'll talk about it and we will award Mug of the Day. But fantastic concept, Jace. Bit of fun?
Yeah, no, I've done a lot of the events around Australia and we just finished doing Hamilton Island, and every event that you go to you always see people doing something that really needs to be talked about later in the bar. I think that's what we're all here for, is having some fun after the racing.
And what's some of the things we can expect to go wrong? We've got probably perfect conditions for sailing, but just go through a couple of things that could happen with 15 knots of breeze.
I think I saw a lot of prawning at Hammer, and I think last year when we were here we saw some people trying to take forestays off and jumping off the back of boats. You can always try and hit a whale. That's a good one. There's a lot of opportunities. Generally the four-deckies are responsible though.
Now, Jonesy, a bit of a story behind this boat. Just tell us, and it's all in aid of charity?
Yes, it is. The RSL Queensland purchased the boat as part of their Mates for Mates program to help return soldiers from Afghanistan and Vietnam and other injuries, from whether it be physical or mental. We've almost 12 months into the program now, and we've been through about 40-odd ADF personnel so far, and they all seem to be having fun, and it's helping them a bit, so enjoying it.
So, Jonesy, tell us the crew makeup. Obviously, you've got some experienced sailors, but a couple of first-timers as well?
Yes, we have a pool of about 12 to 15 regular sailors that, between different regattas, we pull from, and each regatta or each race we bring in 5 to 7 ADF personnel. And just introduce them to sailing, and they have a great time.
I bet they do, with a big smile on his face. Now, you travelled up from Brisbane, a couple of races on the way before you got here?
Yeah, we did we left Brisbane with the Brisbane to Keppel race, finished that, just cruised the boat up, and then did Hamilton Island Race Week with another 2 different groups of ADF guys, and now up here for this one, and then back to Sydney for the Hobart campaign.
Yeah, you've made your way. You've been down south. Now you're making your way back up the East Coast. You've done the other regattas, but this one for you is very, very special.
Very special, mate. Yeah, we've won here before in the old boat, and we're very keen to carry it off again in the new girl. So, yeah, we're going to be out there kicking goals.
So what is it about Maggie Island that everyone just talks about and loves coming to?
Look, I think it's the comradeship. I think it's the fact that we're all sort of confined. You can't not talk to people. They're everywhere. And it's the same faces, the same people every year are back here, and it's just great to catch up with them.
And are you hearing Hamo and Airlie Beaches? Are you hearing the whispers? People start to talk about, look, we're going to Maggie next. How great's it going to be?
Oh, yeah, heaps of people coming up here. And I mean, it's great to see the boats, that we're all down at Maggie and, at Airlie and Hamo, and they're all here. So it's great. It's just like a big sailing family moving up the coast.
And Shazam, how's it racing?
Yeah, look, we've had a tough couple of regattas the last two. We dropped the backstay at Airlie and still kept the rig up though, so that was all right. Yeah, this is our special one. This is the one we're going for. So
here we are catching up with Dennis Thompson. He's been known as the Grand Poobah, the Ayatollah of rock and roller, our race director. But I've got to start by asking, Dennis, you've been up the whole east coast of Queensland, around the world. This is your 8th. You've been here every year, but you turn up here with a big smile. The passion must still be burning.
Oh, it is, absolutely. And look, I look forward to this regatta. It's you say work all up the east coast. We start off with the Sydney to Southport race, and we do all the events up the coast, and we end up at Maggie Island. And I'm all the whole way up, I'm looking forward to Maggie Island. So it's great to be here.
And I know you're well respected. You're loved throughout the racing circles. But are you starting to hear the whispers early? Are people starting to say, and in your own mind, Maggie Island's coming up? I can't wait.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The Sydney yachties are certainly talking about it, and certainly down in Victoria, with it being so cold in New South Wales and Victoria, this is where they want to be. They want to come up here.
And good fleet this year, saying around 60 boats?
Yeah, it's a good fleet, better than last year, so we're making a step up, so that's really, really good. And some really quality boats. It's good to see Victoire here, of course, the winner of the Sydney Hobart, not the boat that's first over the line that most people think is the winner, Wild Oats. Victoire won the Tattersalls Cup, which is the handicap winner, and that's, as far as the yachties is concerned, that's the most important cup, really.
And sailing conditions, you probably wouldn't get better, would you, Dennis?
It's pretty good. It's pretty magic out there. The sea breeze is so reliable here, and it just comes in, and it's really good, and that's what we've got today.
Hive of activity behind me here. All the boats now starting to get ready. Racing not too far away here for day one. Gorgeous conditions. They're saying around 15 knots. Let's get out there and check them out. Well, as promised, fantastic conditions for racing today. Around that 15 knot mark, every boat had their chance. Don't forget tonight on the deck here, Peppers Blue on Blue. It is the massive 100.7 Zinc 70s at Sunset Party with the great Dave Stretton. Now, all those highlights will be on tomorrow night's package. Conditions for tomorrow looking pretty good as well. They're saying around that 15 knot mark again. Promises to be a fantastic day of racing.